So what's going on, people? This is a bit of my attempt at a little tips and tricks tutorial about build fights and building and how to get a bit better at building in Fortnite. Now I've taken it to create mode. Obviously this is where it starts. You know, a few different tips I use. Now the thing is with me, I don't follow a certain pattern. I do certain things depending on what the high ground is saying, but I don't stick to certain build patterns and structures. I'm kind of improvising the whole time, so it makes me a little bit more unpredictable. But some of my common moves, obviously there's all the way around 180, you know, and you've got your floor ramp stairs, you've got your double floor ramp stairs. I kind of avoid this one just because it burns through mats, and by the time you've got to your enemy, you've lost all your mats, you know, and you didn't need to do all that. I must admit, recently playing Fortnite, I've started to stay a bit more low ground and be a bit more tactical. But yeah, practicing this 180, so it's a floor. You've got 3 sets of floors here. You've got the bottom one that protects your stairs. You've got this one, the one to the right, and then you jump up. That's just one little move to get your high ground up, and you know, if you've got somebody building behind you, you know, this is a classic 1v1 situation, but obviously it's not like that. You may have a bit of this going on, and this is what I'll do. I'll extend, so I'll leave these stairs forwards protruding over that one, and then do this, right? But obviously different build fights, people are getting better at Fortnite nowadays, so you have to come up with something different. So for example, I will plant a prism, edit this, re-edit this, and come up. But it's all about finding what works for you, what you can do the quickest, and what works more effective. This might not entirely work for you, but you might be able to pick up on some stuff. So building up 90s, building up 180s, practicing stuff like this. To do this, it's about altering your sensitivities to something you're comfortable with. So I've got my build sensitivity is quite high, 1.7. This just works perfect for me because I can just one flick of the controller, building outwards. I haven't mastered that yet. No, I'm a bit funny with that. But also some building techniques that you don't see and that people kind of get confused by. So I'll try and show that now. I'll always show it in the tunnel method because that's usually what people take. So the tunnel method, and then you jump out to the side and build up. Oh, I've built that in the wrong place, but jump out to the side. That obviously didn't work. This is the risk of using that technique. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You know, you might struggle, but it's all about jumping in playground mode and having a good go at it. Use brick this time. So just a few runs of what I'll do. Now this isn't always in creative mode. I've done a lot of practicing in creative mode, but I haven't sat there for hours and hours. A lot of it has come from game. Obviously I've played from season 2, but as you can see, that there was no real kind of aim in that was just random. But I think that's just what works for me. I think the random style does work for me because it's unpredictable. People don't know. People know the, you know, this kind of carry on. People know that and they can trace that. Another thing to do in this position, rather than let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Another thing to do in this position would be to I like doing this, is come up and edit them stairs, and people don't think that. People don't look at that. They see you coning, and if you look at that back the way it was, you can't. So that's somebody else's build up here. They look at your coning and they think you're going to come through that, but when you come through this, you know, you're on top of them, and you can get them that way. But it's just about practicing your edits, so little runs will work better. I always mess up with that one. Best is the floor, and then just learning to edit dead quick. And you don't have to be Mr. you know, Slick Rick. I'm not the quickest, but just picking up the pace and, you know, building round it with in creative and just trying new things. Playing zone wars, that helps. Other building techniques and other things that work. Oh yeah, the changing direction one, let me talk about that. So say you've got an opponent, you're going like this, you get an opponent above you, that way. The thing to do is floor and build out other ways. Always cover your top, but building other direction, switching direction. Going up this way, floor, going this way. You know, changing direction, going different directions. Let me think if I can do anything else. Another thing to practice in creative mode would be practicing this motion. So I'm going to build a little box. Is it editing and building another box? Editing, building another box. Oh, see, I've built myself in. That's why it's important to practice. And this will get you used to travelling through little boxes and then editing around, getting used to your edits.